Well, I was knowing that you were going when you came knocking at my door. I was grieving you were leaving, I wouldn't see you no more. But you were laughing as I was gasping, you were cashing all my checks. I was lying, you were crying, you were taking all the risk. But I've been so blind, like a fool I was falling for your lines.
He is the sharpest dressed guitar-slinging musician to ever hit here in Winnipeg. Welcome, David Myles, to the Park Theatre. You were blown away by this place, but we all know it. It's a great venue.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Really nice.
Okay, so a little bit about your music. I mean, your style is impeccable, but you like to be called a roots musician?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of where I started. It's changed a bit over the last year, because a lot of my work that I've done over the last year has been with classified, so that's obviously outside of the roots world. I mean, for a long time I played in kind of theaters all over Canada, and kind of more of an acoustic type show. But then over the last couple of years, really, I've been working with class more and more, and then it just kind of took off in the last year. Yeah. So now things have branched out a little bit outside of the roots world.
Yes,
yeah.
Well, the song is a hit, Inner Ninja, I mean, with Classified, won the Juno, congratulations. Thanks. Is it the East Coast connection that the two of you hooked up? Because I know Classified lives out east.
Yeah, we both live, well, he lives outside Halifax, I live in Halifax. We met at a conference, and we just started chatting. I had heard one of his songs and thought it was amazing. Yeah. And we just started talking and realized that we shared a bunch of music, you know, the same interests musically, even though we actually played totally different music.
I know.
And decided to try to collaborate, and it went really well. We loved working with each other. We got along really well, and then one thing led to another. We did a couple tracks together, and then we did Inner Ninja. So we had already, each time we worked together, it felt really cool. And then we did Inner Ninja, and it was kind of like, it was extra validation that it was working, you know?
I was kind of curious to know, because with your jazz background, your music background, are you more the musician with him, and then he is more the lyrics, but then again, lyrics are really important to you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it definitely, I think we both deal with our own parts lyrically. Like, I don't mess with his lyrics, he doesn't mess with my lyrics. We got our own, that's kind of cool. Like, that's where we don't really, but the other stuff, we kind of, it's more collaborative. He definitely is more, he does the beats. Yeah. You know, that's his thing. I do the kind of the chords and the guitar stuff, and then we both kind of mess around. It's all pretty foolish once we get going. Like, honestly, what we do share is a real enthusiasm for experimentation and trying lots of stuff, and so we're just doing everything. I'm singing all these parts, and he's trying everything on like a bass synth, and then he's got a bad, you know, piano, and he's trying that out. So we're, you know, we kind of share a lot of those duties. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I have more of a traditional music education. I did, you know, Royal Conservatory and that whole thing. And he just basically learned by making beats and by sampling stuff and working in the world of hip hop. So we learned how to make music in completely different ways, which I think makes it interesting once we get together.
Yeah, and so now the new album, have you taken some of those experiences working with Classified, working in the realm of hip hop, and put them into this new album, or is this something totally different?
Well, it's a double record. So the first record is more of my kind of older style. It's definitely more kind of roots-based, more like a Norah Jones type record, nighttime, kind of jazzy. And then the second record is produced by Class, and it's an EP, and it's definitely more kind of upbeat with that kind of production. And so we actually, after we finished Inner Ninja, we just kept on working together. Even before I was planning on releasing it as a record, we just, you know, kept on doing it, and that's how it worked out. We got a number of songs together, and we thought, I can't wait to release this stuff. I was too excited, so we put it all together and just put it out.
Well, that's so cool, because maybe this is the new way of making music. You know, we've seen so many crossroads, country into pop, so we've got country pop, we've got hip hop, rap. I mean, I guess there's the good old rock and roll, and there's a good old jazz, and there's a good old maybe folk that have their, you know, they're staunch fans, but this, I think, is going to bring a new crossover.
Yeah, I think it has, for sure. I mean, I think that's just it. Everything's changed, you know what I mean? In terms of, people are really open-minded, and styles are are all over the map now, you know what I mean? It's hard to listen to any one song and go, oh, that is strictly this. And so, and I think we didn't really know what we were doing. We weren't really thinking of it as a crossover thing. I was just doing my thing, he was doing his, and then it came out as what it is. And I think people accepted it like that. They didn't necessarily even think of it as being a hip hop tune or whatever I do, you know. So I think that's it. I think people are pretty open-minded now about cross-pollination, so yeah.
And who knows, you might have another winner. The Junos are coming back to Winnipeg in 2014, and you might be winning another Juno.
Oh, that would be
just
sweet.
as David Myles, and Classified gets a little bit of the credit.
That's right. Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, well, thank you so much. David Myles, check him out. For Backstage 30, I'm Tracy Koga.
Whoa, I've been so blind, like a fool. I was falling for your lines. I gave you my heart, but you just wasted my time. How was I so blind? Hey, 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 I've been, hey.